Polling stations have just closed across the autonomous region with a turnout estimated at 80%, as we just said. Now, most people in the province refuse to recognize the post-coup government in Kiev and were given two outcomes to choose from. Now, number one, Crimea remains part of Ukraine, but with greater autonomy, including separate citizenship and an independent legal system. And option two is the peninsula is reunited with Russia, of which it was a part for centuries. But that would, of course, have to be approved by President Putin. RT's Alexei Yaroshevsky has been following the voting and joins us live now. Alexei, how did the voting go? Tell us what you saw, how the reactions were, people excited, or how was the mood?
Well, it has been relatively calm here during the day. Indeed, the polling stations have already closed in this historic referendum with two questions on the ballot paper, whether Crimea would join Russia or whether it would enjoy a larger autonomy within Ukraine, reverting to the 1992 constitution. We are, of course, waiting for the result of this referendum. What we've been hearing so far, the news just came in that, according to preliminary exit polls, 93% of Crimeans have voted in favor of joining Russia. Now, also, we heard from the peninsula's Prime Minister, Mr. Aksyonov, that the voter turnout has exceeded 70%, which is unprecedentedly high for this part of the world, for Crimea in particular. We've also heard no major violations coming from international observers who've been monitoring this election. Of course, this is this referendum. Of course, this is a very sensitive issue here. In the last 24 hours I've been here, I've talked to the people, and in reality I've only met very few who said that they want to stay as part of Ukraine with a large autonomy. Most of them have been saying in favor of Russia. But we here to talk about the referendum itself, how it's been proceeding. We're joined live by Tatiana Zhdanok, member of the European Parliament. Thank you so much for joining us here. You've been monitoring this election, you've been participating this referendum. What can you tell us? Has there been any violations? What have you seen?
Our team has visited 9 polling stations, not only in Simferopol, but also in Bakhchisarai, mostly populated by Crimean Tatars. And while in Simferopol, in 3 or 4 polling stations at 10 o'clock, there was even more than 50% of attendance, with the queues before stations were open. In Bakhchisarai it was 40% up to midday, but also no any reason to say that people ignored this referendum.
Any violations or irregularities?
We did not witness. We didn't see any persons who are not direct relation to election commission of this polling station.
Tatiana, one question which is really interesting. Many countries, particularly in the West, have been saying that this referendum is illegitimate even before it started. What do you make of it? Do you think it's legitimate here?
You see, the best way to answer this question and these doubts is to cite the opinion of the International Court of Justice as of 2010 regarding Kosovo, and I am citing general international law contains no applicable prohibition of declaration of independence. The end of the citation. There is nothing to add. So we must avoid double standards, what I am seeing very often when dealing with European politics. Double standard cannot be applied to different parts of Europe. Neither Scotland, neither Catalonia, neither Kosovo, neither Crimea.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your opinion. This was Tatiana Zhdanok, member of the European Parliament.